third and final segment, we are joined again by Ricardo Garcia, co-founder, vice president, and director of program with VEI. To continue our discussion, Ricardo, what is the VEI launch program?
Certainly.
And why was it developed?
Yep. Yeah, so the VEI launch program is one of our cohort-based trainings, one of our core programs. And so VEI launch is for veterans that are at the idea stage or in the early stages of business development. In that cohort, we teach them the Lean Startup methodology, business model canvas. So we're in this intensive 6 to 7 session cohort, they're able to refine their business model, identify their customer segments, and really fine-tune everything from the customer-facing side of the business model to what do you need to do in order to deliver the value proposition for your customer segment? How much is it going to cost you, and how are you going to make money? So it's a really powerful methodology that enables them to do this iterative process of customer discovery and refine and fine-tune their business model to where at the end of the cohort, they have a solid business model that they can go out and test with customers and begin to build. So,
and how does the VEI Scale Up program help veterans improve their business?
Sure. VEI Scale Up is for veterans that have a business, are generating revenue, and need help taking their businesses to the next level. With that program, we bring in subject matter experts and different domain expertise to enable to help them build growth strategies. You know, how do you scale the business? How do you build a team around you? How do you automate some of the processes and create an operating business model that is repeatable that can enable you to scale? So it's a great program. It helps veterans really think about the next phase of their business, right? What do you want to see the business in the next 6 months, 1 year to 5 years, right? And how do you build a plan to get there? So.
And what are the specific downfalls that you notice that veterans may be challenged with growing their business?
Yep, I think in VEI Scale Up, particularly folks that have a business and are generating revenue, oftentimes they're wearing many hats across their companies, right? And they're stuck working in the business rather than on the business. If they're stuck working in the business, then they can't work on it to enable the business's growth. And so, help them to understand that, to figure out what type of skill sets they need to bring on the business to enable, to start to delegate some of those key roles of the business, and then enable their growth, right? So they can free up their time to work on the business and less so inside the business.
And do you provide different resources where they can gain that information?
We do, yes. So like I mentioned, we bring in subject matter experts to come and teach different parts of these programs. And then we also connect them with other resource providers and other organizations across our entrepreneurial ecosystem to foster their connections and their growth, right? The other thing that happens organically, which I think is a big add value, is that when you bring veterans and like-minded veteran entrepreneurs in one place, they want to help each other, right? So we see that often, the synergy and the collaboration that is born during these classes is really great. We've seen veterans that they come in, they don't know each other, right? But they're in this path and this journey together. Fast forward a few months after they've gone through the program, they're collaborating, they're either bartering services or they're going together into business. And so it's really great. They facilitate, there's a lot of peer-to-peer learning. They facilitate introductions for each other. And so it's really powerful stuff.
Yeah, it's important because, veterans will stick together because we want to see each other succeed. Right. So I can understand the camaraderie and the relationships that are developed. And also, what can you tell me about the Spear Accelerator program? Sure.
Yeah, Spear Accelerator program is one of our newest programs. We launched the Spear Accelerator last May at our annual summit. And it's a 3-month tech accelerator program focused on helping early stage veteran-led tech companies accelerate and grow. And so the differentiator, the secret sauce behind the Spear Accelerator is that, one, it's a national program. We're helping veteran-led tech companies. And thirdly, each cohort or class that we do, we focus it on an emerging tech sector or industry vertical. And then with that, we'll go out and partner with leaders in that industry to source speakers, source mentors, and source resources to build that path to scalability for the startups. Our inaugural cohort focused on health tech. We sourced 9 veteran-led tech startups from across the country 5 of them were based outside of Florida. 4 of them were based throughout Florida. And we partnered with Johns Hopkins University. And through that partnership, we were able to source some really great speakers, source resources for the startups, and then we matched them up with mentors. Each startup got 3 mentors, 2 to 3 mentors. And these mentors are seasoned entrepreneurs, folks that have scaled companies, sold them for hundreds of millions of dollars, or healthcare executives, domain experts that can add a ton of value and facilitate connections for the startups. And so it's a great program. We think the impact of this will be significant. And the whole goal here is to accelerate their path to scalability. These veterans are doing some incredible stuff around leveraging artificial intelligence in healthcare, neurotechnologies, and digital health. So.
And what is the main goal of the business summit?
Yeah, so our annual Veteran Business Summit, that is our signature event. We do that once a year around May. And the goal of it is really to showcase all the great work and innovation that the veteran business community is doing, right? So it's a place to inspire, to facilitate connections, to foster innovation and collaboration, and really highlight all the incredible things our veteran business community is doing throughout the region. So we bring together folks from all over Florida, veterans and leaders across the organization, across the state to come and foster this innovation and collaboration. So,
well, Ricardo, again, thank you so much for letting me interview you today. Thank you for your service. Continue the good work. We go back quite a few years.
We do.
And thank you again for everything that you're doing.
Likewise, thank you so much, Fred. Thank you for all you do for our veterans, and super grateful for the opportunity to be here today.
I appreciate it. It is good to have organizations like VEI help veterans create and build substantial businesses that are contributing to the economic growth for our country. There's a lot to learn about VEI. If you'd like to learn more information on anything we discussed today, as well as how to connect with VEI, just go to www.ocfl.net/veterans. That's where you'll be able to find links and contact information you need. I hope you'll join us again for Operation Outreach, as we will continue to highlight the many programs and services available to military veterans in Central Florida. Until then, I'm Fred Robinson. Take care, and thanks again for watching.